Hi friends, welcome to Create Pretty Things, Talk Pretty Things. My name's Debbie, and we are here to create a little Easter fun. We are going to be using this transfer, Welcome Peeps. It says Welcome Peeps. It has 4 cute little chicks and some little noses and eyes over here on the side. It's adorable, and I think it'll make an adorable wreath for us, or a door hanger for us. I'm going to use our Rustic round. It is already colored and everything, so we're just going to do a little bit of painting to half of it, and then we're going to begin our chalking. So what I'm thinking is that I want to paint the bottom half of this white. So we'll be using our bright white chalk paste. I've watered it down. I've got it in this little tray because I've watered it down. It may need some more water. So you can paint with our chalk paste. Sometimes you want to water it down a little bit just to make it a better painting consistency. And I'm just kind of mixing it up just a little bit. So that's where we're going to start. So I'm going to go ahead and section off my door round. As you jump on, please say hi, let me know where you're watching from, and comment the word Peeps, P-E-E-P-S. What that'll do is it will get you a link to the shopping list. It'll send it to your messenger, and from there you can look at the list and see what you need and change up colors, delete things, make it your own, and get exactly what you need for this project. If you want to be notified when I go live, just type in !notify, hi, in the comments, and that will get you a notification when I go live. Now I'm using placement tape. This is the same thing as masking tape. It will do the same thing. I'm using this to tape off the part that I want to paint. And the toughest part for me is getting it on straight. So I think that's pretty good. I don't care if it's exactly half. I want it to be, well, probably about half, but not exactly half. So this is placement tape. It's just a divider. It's going to have a nice crisp edge when I paint. So I am going to go ahead and paint with my bright white paste over my board. Now this chalk paste actually dries pretty quickly. So I think we'll be okay. I'm going to go ahead and wet this board down a little bit just because some of the paste is kind of having some lumps. And I'm just going to go ahead and paint it all over. I don't want perfect. Perfect is okay, but I think I might just draw some grass on here or use another transfer. So it will be covered anyway. So I'm just going to go ahead and quickly paint this. And I'll remove all those little bumps in just a second. We don't want any bumps when we're using a transfer over our surface because that will cause it to bleed, potentially. So I'm going to kind of go back over and smooth out those bumps. Okay, so there's a bump there. These are actually just parts of the paste that didn't get mixed in very well. I love this paintbrush, by the way. It's one that came with one of our kits, and I just love it. Oops, I did love it until it just came apart on me. So I'm going to get this painted. We'll get it dried. I wonder if I use like a sponge, if that would help smooth out some of these lines. Sometimes I have a problem with the lines of the paintbrush. I'm going to try and use this sponge. This is just part of my board eraser I happen to have cut up over here. But any sponges, I use makeup sponges a bunch. There's a little lump right there. I just basically want an even coat without any brush lines. And I find with my brushes, I get a start and end point. So I'm trying to avoid that a little bit. All right, I think that's pretty good. So this is what it looks like so far. We're gonna let that dry for just a minute while we get our transfer ready. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up my work surface a little bit. Just gonna go ahead and use some water. This chalk paste is non-toxic and it is water soluble. It's really easy to clean up. Some of the darker colors will stain, but normally they clean up pretty easily. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut apart my transfer. People cut these different. You can cut through the whole transfer, or you can cut through just the blue part, the teal part, which is what I'm gonna do today. There are benefits to both. This way will allow me to put it right back on the same backer board in the same exact position. The other way, you'll have smaller pieces to store. But I always store my transfers after I've used them back in the bag that they came out of. So it's not that big a deal either way, whichever way you want to do it. I do kind of like the sound of this though when you cut this. It's pretty cool. Okay, I got that cut. I'm going to go ahead and hit my board with this heat tool just to get it drying a little bit better. A little bit faster, I should say. And I hope that that's enough white. I'm not sure. I may want to go over it with another coat. Have you guys started decorating for Easter yet? I hope so. It's going to sneak up on us really quickly. Really quickly. I think I do want to give it one more coat of the white. So I'm just going to go ahead and get my white. If I can open it. There we go. Get a little bit out. I'm going to have to glue my brush back together. Spray some water in here, mix it around, and we'll do one more coat. Well, so much for loving this paintbrush. It just kind of fell apart on me, but I do love the bristles. I've got my heat gun on, and I'm going to go ahead and glue that together. We are going to use this to paint, but we are also going to use our sponge. I think I like the sponge technique better, so I'm going to use part of my board eraser as a sponge, and I'm just going to sponge on the second coat. I want it to look a little more, less opaque, more solid. So that's why I'm going over it with another coat. I'm using the sponge because I don't like the brush marks, and I feel like this can help me get some of those bumps out of there, the little blobs. There's certain words I'm not allowed to say, guys, so blobs is an acceptable word. My kids have an objection to some words that I say. Do have a couple little pieces here. Go over it, even out my layers, my lines, my texture, my color. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Once again, this is chalk paste that I am using right now. Chalk paste. Clean up my work surface one more time. Whoops. I do have the colors that I'm using in the shopping cart today. Now, there's a couple modifications that I might make. I have meadow green in the shopping cart. I couldn't find my meadow green, so I am going to be using forest shimmer spruce, but I'm going to mix it up with a color, a couple colors to lighten it up, make it more yellowish. So we'll be using that. And like I said, I may draw some grass on the bottom of this, or I may put a transfer on. Let's see. What are you guys up to today on a Thursday? It's almost Friday. Thursdays are a very productive day for me. I know I'm getting ready for the weekend a little bit early. We do have some weekend plans this weekend, so I want to get everything done. I want to be productive today, not waste the day. It's a fun day for me. We had a fun day. We went out to lunch today, had a few tacos. They were delicious. What's your favorite type of taco? Let me know in the comments. I love the chicken, and I love the beef. I like the shredded beef. I like all kinds of tacos, actually. Today's were just regular beef tacos, and they were delicious. Okay, guys, I think this is pretty good. We're going to go ahead and pull up our transfer tape and take that off and throw that away. Now, I'll show it to you. It looks really good. Look how nice and crisp that line is. It looks good. Looks good. Okay, so now I need to make a decision. I have this transfer. It's called Vintage Patterns. And it has 4 different transfers on it. This one looks like some vintage little flourishes. This one's like a rose flory pattern. This one is, it's got little ribbons in it, like awareness ribbons. But I thought that kind of looked like chicken wire. I thought about that one, but I think I'm going to use this one here that will resemble grass. So I'm going to go ahead and get this out. Now, this is not included in the cart link. I did notate what it is, though, so if you want to purchase that separate, you certainly can. I was trying to keep your costs down for this project. Now, the good thing, even though these transfers do add up as far as money, the good thing is that you can use these over and over and over again, between 10, 12, more times, depending on whether you clean them really good or not and store them properly. So I always clean mine as soon as I'm done using them, and then I store them back where they came from. Now I'm going to put this transfer, I'm going to have to kind of move it over. And it is kind of a lot for this, but let's go ahead and try it. I'm going to move it over a couple times, but since I'm chalking over a newly chalked surface, I'm going to want to apply some surface wax. This is what it looks like. It's in our shop. It's in my shop. You can add that if you want to as well. Now, the benefit to doing this is a couple things. One thing is it smooths out, it fills in any divots or valleys in your wood. So wood naturally has these grooves, and this is going to fill those in a little bit. It also helps the transfer release easily. So if you're chalking a transfer over a painted surface, a newly painted surface, there's a chance that it will pull up the paint down below. So by doing this, you're lessening that chance, and you're also making it a little easier to correct some of your mistakes if you made any mistakes. I'm not saying you will, but I know I will. Okay, I've got some forest paste in here, but like I said, I'm going to mix up, this is one of our colors called Woodstock. This is our color of the month. So color of the months are only available while supplies last, and I think this one just sold out today. But I always get them as soon as I can because I love the colors and I hate to miss out on it. So this was our color of the month for this month, and I'm going to try and mix it into this green to make it more of a grassy green, kind of a yellow green. We'll see how this works. So I'm just kind of mixing it up. Yeah, it looks a lot better to me. There are some colors that we have that are more olivey. I don't know if this is going to be enough. We'll try it. It doesn't take a lot of paste, but we're going to go ahead and try what we have here. I do have Bumblebee in the cart instead of this Woodstock, but you can see the color difference right here. Let me put the cap on. I'll show you stacked. Whoops. I'll show you the color difference. Okay, this is Woodstock, our color of the month, and this is Bumblebee, which is always in stock. Let me turn it so you don't see that blob. So here are the color differences. This one's a little more, I call it almost neon. It's brighter. This is definitely a solid yellow. I love that one. but we're going to go ahead and try this one. Now, also when you use your transfers, they are sticky. They're on this protective backer. Keep this. And then I always fuzz a couple times. This is a brand new transfer, and the sticky could be more than what we want. So I'm just going to rub it down on my fuzz cloth. It could be a towel. It could be a shirt. You don't have to have this fuzz cloth. I'm going to do it a couple times just to pick up a little bit of lint and reduce that stickiness. Okay. Now I'm just going to go ahead and line this up. I'm going to have to repeat this pattern, but it's important to remember how you do it. And I'm lining up the base where the pattern starts, right on that white line. Make sure you smooth out all of your air bubbles. And I'm just going to go ahead and get a squeegee. I think I might need more of this color, which I should have mixed up more because it's harder to match once you run out. But I just want this to go on. It's going to kind of look like grass, the leaves. This is the field that the chicks are going to be in. I should have made more. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and mix up a little bit more, trying to match what I've already done, which is always hard, we know. But it can also look variegated. I use Charlie Woodstock. Okay, so a little bit of Woodstock in there. Okay, I try to match that color. There's all my forest. And actually, if I just left it like that and not really well mixed, that could be cool too. Could be a cool effect. Okay, let's go ahead and put some more on here. I need more. Oh my goodness, I need more. Some more of the forest. More this time. And some more of the Woodstock. I always try to use up every little bit of my paste. I hate to waste. Okay, let's mix it up again. This time I put a lot more forest in there. This is what it looks like. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put that on. Clean up my hands. Let's finish chalking this side. We'll clean the transfer real quick, or maybe we won't clean the transfer. Now these transfers are repeating patterns, so they should be able to line up pretty easily. I'm just going to pick this up. Oh, that's pretty. And I am going to line up my line here, but I'm also going to try and match up. Let me see how I can do this. See if I can get it matched up some. Well, I'm not going to match it up perfectly, that's for sure. Actually, I think this will work. This will work. Okay, let's go ahead and chalk it down. And since I'm using a dirty transfer, it's going to be harder to see what we've actually chalked and what we haven't chalked. But we'll go ahead and work on it and we'll see. We'll lift it up and inspect before we take it all the way off. Okay, that should be good. I'm just a mess today, guys. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take this off, peel it down. Okay, so it looks like we missed some right up here. right up here. So I'm able to lay it right back down as long as I don't pull it all the way off. Voila! Looks good. You can kind of see the center pattern didn't line up exactly, but we can fix that. I mean, we can actually put something over the top. I'm going to clean my transfer really quick. To clean these, you just want to spray them with water. And then use a paper towel first, and then a board eraser. So paper towel. It gets most of the messy stuff off. And then I spray it down again. I get what's called a board eraser. This is like a magic eraser sponge. This is actually what I cut up to use to paint with. And this is a board eraser. And it really cleans up the transfers perfectly. It's really good. It's really, really good. So I'm going to clean that. Clean up my surface underneath before I flip it over to clean the second side. Okay. You do want to get the paste out of both sides of your transfer, and this is the key to keeping them sticky and reusable between 10 and 12 times. So even though there is a cost associated with the transfer, this is an extra piece to this. You can reuse this, and there's 4 different patterns on this transfer, so you can use it on so many different projects over and over again, as long as you clean them, as long as you clean them well. I always clean underneath so it doesn't pick it back up. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and dry it with a paper towel, both sides. Okay, and then I'm going to put it back on my backer that it came off of originally. I'm just going to go ahead and add it right back on there, making sure that all the sticky parts are connected and that it doesn't have any way to gather any more lint. So it's clean and it's back on there. All right, let's go ahead and dry this up a little bit. And we are going to put our next transfer. I've made a little mess, guys. A little mess. We'll do our next transfer. And it's going to be adorable. Okay, so I'm going to dry this because we're going to lay another transfer on top. Oh, I did miss some of my bottom here. I did, well, I'll fix that later. And I also see that I have a little bit of green up here above my line. So I'm just going to take this board eraser, wet it, and kind of rub that off. Okay, so now that I've got this dry, oh, not quite dry. Let's try a little more. I am ready to use my Welcome Peeps. Use this transfer. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do the Welcome Peeps in black. I'm just going to take it and put it right above it right here. Try to get it straight. Okay, I'm going to take Black Velvet, which is just our basic black, and I'm going to smooth over all the silk screen. So get black. And this is just like buttering toast, guys. It moves really easily. It covers well. And it's fun. It's fun. Where are you guys watching from today? How's the weather where you are? Our weather is just awesome. It's I think it's about 80 out there today. And while we know the heat is coming, we're going to enjoy these spring days. First day of spring today. I hear some people have got some rough weather out there. And I hope everybody's safe if you are in the path of that weather. Okay, so our black is done. Let's go ahead and peel that off. Peel it off while your paste is wet. And once again, I'm going to check it. It looks great. Now, I didn't have any bleeding on this, but with wood, sometimes you can have bleeding because of the grains of the wood. But like I said, I filled that in with the surface wax, which helps with the bleeding as well, because it's filling in some of those ridges so that the paste can't escape under that transfer and run down that valley that's in the wood. So that's another reason for the surface wax. Now the black is highly pigmented and it will stain your transfer. That's okay. That's okay. Just get all that paste out of the silkscreen areas. And do both sides. I am rinsing my sponge out over here. I do have a water bath over here. I threw everything that was dirty in here. And, well, my water is dirty right now. I do kind of squeeze out the extra dirty water when I can. Now, when you're cleaning the back sides of these, this is a sticky side, so go a little more gently. You don't want to scrape all that sticky off because that's what makes it reusable. So just go a little easier on that. It's not quite as dirty anyway. Remember, our goal is to get the ink or the paste out of that silk screen area. Oops. So let me put it back on the backer and show you that it is clean. Welcome, Peeps. So see how the outside is stained, but the inside, all the white silk screen is good. Okay. Dry that just a little bit. You can see when this is drying, especially on the black, when it changes from a shiny to a matte finish, you'll know it's dry, and then you can always touch it. Okay, let's do our cute little chicks. Now, the chicks, I'll show you. This transfer has, okay, where the blue is, like in the beaks, it's not going to chalk. It's going to be whatever's underneath it. But they did include some beaks and eyes over here. So you can put those on top of that after you chalk them and make your own little beaks. I'm going to put these two right up top. Now, I am going to use my orange peel. No. Well, I'm going to do my feet with the orange peel. So let me get a small little squeegee. So this is a small squeegee cut in half. And that's perfect for doing small little areas like feet and beaks. So I'm going to do their feet. Get that little leg, okay? Then I'm going to get my Woodstock, and do my chicks. Let's see how this works over this pattern. Oops. Oh, they're coming to life, guys. They're coming to life. So adorable. So I'm going to go right up to the feet to do their body. Turn that away now. Okay, let's take this off. Aw, they're cute. All right, so I'm gonna go, now the background does show through the grass. Can you see how the grass is kind of showing through their bodies? So I could either go over it again, which might not be a bad idea. Let's see if we can do that again. I'm going to try to get, just because the background is really showing through. So I'm just going to lay this. These are translucent. And they're really easy to line up, especially this one that has the eyes. You just want to make sure you press it down again. Notice I didn't go up quite far enough on their feet. So I'm going to get the yellow again. Go over it one more time. Let's try to get that more solid. Still see-through, but it's a little better. Okay, so I'll go ahead and add the beaks on in just a second, but I want to add a couple more chicks. Let's add this one over here. Oops, I got two. And we'll add this one over here. And see how they turn out. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I appreciate you being here. If you want to know what the keyword for today is, it's Peeps. If you type Peeps into the comments, it will send you a link with a shopping list in it. So I appreciate you being here. And if you guys aren't watching live, if you don't see the red button up at the top, then that means you're watching a replay. Go ahead and type in hashtag replay for me, just so I know that you watched. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. I just noticed that this one has a beak that's sideways, so I can actually chalk his beak orange right now. It's kind of, it doesn't need that separate piece, and neither does this one. It's going to go ahead and do it orange. And let's do our little bird. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and take off these little chickies. Let's see if they look better on the wood part, above the wood. Yes. Oh, guys, they're so adorable. Look at them. Let me figure out. Okay, here we go. Here are the Peeps so far. We're going to embellish this a little bit more, though. We want to add the beaks back in, and we want to add a bow to finish off this little chickies. You just clean up this little few of these. Now, notice on this double chickie on the back, there's some black paste. It's because it actually was, the sticky part was touching the bottom of this Peeps. So I probably could have chalked, surface waxed over that to protect that from happening. It could also be that it wasn't quite dry, but it doesn't look any worse this time for that. So that's okay. I'm going to redo these later in the sink, these chickies, because my board eraser is pretty dirty. Okay, so what I am going to do is put away my squeegees. I'm done chalking. I'm going to cover up my inks so they don't dry out. And I have a lot of them. Oh, I forgot my little noses and eyes. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and put these right on. It's nice that they're spaced perfectly for these chickies. I'm just going to do them orange eyes, I don't know. Orange eyes will work for me. So it's beak and the eyes. And then there's one more little transfer for these other guys' eyes. Whoops, and that one wasn't dry. So I'm going to wait on that. Okay, I hope this guy was dry. Good enough. Yeah, he's pretty cute. Okay, here those two are with their eyes. Okay, now let's make a bow. Doot, doot. Clean those up later. Now, I do have several different ribbons, somewhere. Here they are. And I did have no, I think that's good. Okay, so I have an orange polka dot, a yellow gingham, I have a pink rickrack, and a green, very thin ribbon. So, what we're going to do is make a bow. Make some room. Okay. Okay, get this. We're going to use this for the other eyes, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm going to start, I believe, with my orange polka dots. So I'm going to go ahead and make a tail. My tail is going to extend a little bit out here. This is wired ribbon, and it is one-sided. So out to here for a tail. Okay, so tail, and then I'm just going to make let's do a 6-inch loop. So I'm going to put this in the middle here, but, whoops, I should have done this the other way. Okay, there's my tail. I want it to be pretty side out all the time. So I'm going to take this, it's pretty side up right now, and I'm going to twist it in the center. I'm going to do another 6-inch loop. Twist it and put it in between the two sticks. Another 6-inch loop. Let's make this one, yeah, I'll make it 6. Twist it. So pretty side is going to be up. Six-inch loop. And then this is going to be a tail, so it's going to extend past my bow maker. Okay, that's one part. Let's move on to the yellow gingham. And we will do probably the same amount of bow tail. But I think I want to make this one a little bit less. So I'm going to make it probably, yeah, let's do a 5-inch loop. 5. And this is going to be the tail, so it's going to extend past my bow maker. Okay, Let's go for the green ribbon right here. This will be 3. 3, 1, 2, 3, yep, 3. This might have been good to tie it all together. I might tie it together with this too. And then let's do our rickrack, our pink rickrack. No, there's no pink in this at all, but we're still going to go ahead and use it. Probably about a 3. 3. 3. And 3. Okay. Okay, and I forgot to put down my zip tie, but we'll go ahead and use, let's see if I have a zip tie. I have black zip ties. Oh, here's some. Okay, so normally I would put down string or something between this first, and I didn't, but that's okay, because I'm just going to slide this underneath the whole bow. And then I'm going to go ahead and pull it up a little bit, holding it all together. And I'm going to pop this through so that it secures it. Take it off. Let's secure it down and to the back. Okay. Okay, so secure it pretty tight and cut that off. Okay, now let's go ahead and fluff up our bow. So this is kind of a mess right now. And I may want to make that rickrack a little bit shorter, just so it holds a shape. Let's see, I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Had to put my fan on, guys, it got hot. And this bow like this. And we're just going to kind of move these bows, these loops around so that they look pretty, okay? So here's some tails, here's a loop, a tail. Tail, should we make all our tails go down? I guess. Stack these, it's another tail, make it go down. I don't know, it might look pretty going up though. Okay. And then our rickrack, it's kind of a mess. See if I can make that smaller. And our green bow is a little bit of a mess. I might take this green bow out completely. See if I can make these smaller. Here's my little tails, here they are. And then I'm going to wrap this, my pink isn't quite where I want it, but I'm going to wrap this around a couple times, the green. I'm just going to loop it around a few times. It's going to cover up that zip tie, and it's just going to bring a little pop of color. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and tie a bow. Small little bow. Bring this down. Reduce that size. And make a tail. And here's our bow, guys. Here's our bow. I think it still needs some fluffing, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue it right to the top. I might want to get rid of that pink altogether. I don't know. I'm going to put it right on the top here. Still fluffing. Definitely going to cut this pink. And I always save my little ribbon tails that I cut off too, guys. I don't know. I will use them again. Okay, so that's a tail. And dovetail it. This is a tail. One more tail. So fluff it. Move your loops. This one can go down. Loop, 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 loop. Let's move this one down. I like it up, but and guys, I don't like the pink in here. It's just too loose. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it out. Okay, guys, that was a little struggle, but I think we got it. I think we got it. Sometimes I use something to roll around these bows, like some kind of round situation to kind of curl them a little bit. See if I have anything else I could use. Let's use this little bottle. So I just kind of roll them around. It kind of gives them a little bit more body and frill. And since they're wired, they hold that shape a little bit. Okay, here we go, guys. Here it is. I think I might just put a dot of glue like this up here. Let's try that. Dot of glue right here to hold that, so it's not covering the words. This one, this one, this one. Here you go, guys. Oh, that one's still there. This one? No, it's this one. This one. Guess I didn't glue it. hope you like it. Give it a heart if you do. Feel free to share this video with your friends or anyone you think would love to create this cute little Easter wreath. I think it's cute. I still have to add the eyes to the little cheeky peeps. But I think it's adorable. I hope you do too. I love it. Thanks for watching. See you guys again. Oh, hi, Connie. I'm in Tucson. Where are you, Connie? Connie, what color bows would you use on this? Would you change it up and make pinks or purples or blues? I think it's cute. Let's see. Yeah, it's cute. Okay, thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.